Painting with Menoth John is presented in Super Legitivision. Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com.
Hello, I'm
Menoth John.
and I'd like to welcome you. First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your homes. If this is your first time with us, let me extend a personal invitation for you to drag out your
miniatures
and paint along with us each week. Let's go over to the canvas here and let's get started. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. I believe, every day's a good day when you paint. I believe, it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. Let's build a happy little cloud. Let's build some happy little trees. There are no limits here. Start out by believing here. You can almost paint with anything. All you have to do is practice.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, all you've got to do is practice. We practice all the time. We practice make it perfect. We don't get it perfect. We still keep practicing. That's us. We are here. It is your Wednesday night addiction. Although I tell you, we've been putting them on cold turkey the way that we've been running the show here lately, buddy. But life is indeed a thing.
Yeah, life's a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is. So, a funny thing happened on the way to the COVID, as it turns out. And and people have started to get vaccinated, although not enough. Look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you vaccinated? Followed by, why are you not?
Can you ask me again tomorrow this time?
Yes, but you're in the process, right?
Yeah, tomorrow is my second shot.
There you go. Okay,
Literally,
we're fine.
literally.
We're fine. If you're not in the process of getting vaccinated, you should ask yourself why you're not, because it's science. Science is real. It doesn't put chips in your arm. It doesn't cause you to pick up 5G, as much as that would be sweet.
I need some 5G in my head.
Man, I'd take all that 5G. Anyway, I'd take 5G on the side, just underneath the table.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
A little under the table 5G. That's good stuff.
Little cabbage. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but it doesn't do that, unfortunately. But get a vaccine, because we actually had a death in the family here, and they're going to take this real for a little bit because I thought it'd be good for us to at least talk about it right away at the beginning. Patrick Augustin, who many of you, if you didn't get a chance to know him, meet him, he was one of the OG brush heads from back in the day, Greater Buffalo area. Not going to get into a whole lot of the particulars about how he caught the COVID, but he did, and it took him. And he was a great guy. My favorite story about Patrick was there was a convention he was attending in Chicago, and he knew my love of the Sweet Baby Jesus beer from Dewclaw Brewing. He not only brought me 2 6-packs of Sweet Baby Jesus, he also brought along with it two more 6-packs of Dirty Little Freak, its coconut tasting sister. So he brought a case of beer in bottles with him on a plane. Big why? Because he liked me and was a good person and was very generous. And his light went out about 2-3 weeks ago. And it's been extremely very difficult for a lot of us, especially for the folks that are in the Greater Buffalo area that you know from the Beer Machine podcast. Great friend of that show as well, and he actually appeared on a number of their episodes. So I would like us to start off, and this beverage update is dedicated to Patrick, as I believe he would want it to be honest with you. Hell of a good painter, great guy, God, real talent. I'm drinking tonight a Manhattan. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm gonna have an old man drink. And this is 2 shots of rye, a shot of sweet vermouth, a couple dashes of Angostura bitters, and a shot of orange bitters, along with Luxardo maraschino cherries, which are the Cadillac of maraschino cherries. So, what are you having, John?
I have a force blow.
a force blow is very appropriate. Very appropriate for Patrick. So, on behalf of the Pain with Menoth John Brushhead family, to you, Patrick, thank you for all the good memories. And hey, Ron. We'll see you someday.
Right.
So, I guess they had a really nice little thanks, Twitch. They had a nice little dedication for him in Buffalo. Dan VK and Beer Machine Rich put on a little thing at one of the local breweries, and I guess it was damn good. So, anyhow, yeah, let's talk a little bit about some things here in the greater Painting with Menoth John sphere of influence. As you guys know, I've talked about it on the show. I do startups for a certain coffee company that will remain nameless, but you probably know them because they rhyme with Farbucks. And things are heating up.
Did they name it after that character from Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yes, that one. Jesus.
Dirk Benedict, legend.
I know, right? So good they named a whole fucking company after him. After his character. Jesus. It could have been worse. They could have called it Facebucks or something. But so my travel schedule's going to go off the hook here. I'm going to be I'm going to be on the road next week, and then once mid-July gets here, it's I'm out of pocket. If I'm not going to be in Nevada, I'm going to be in Europe. So, assuming I ever get my passport back, I sent it in to get renewed. It finally showed up in their system 6 weeks after I sent it in. They are processing within 10 to 12 weeks. Startup of that roaster in Amsterdam is in 10 to 12 weeks. So we'll see. Maybe I was a little late.
Maybe, but I mean, honestly, COVID changed a lot of things.
It has screwed up the world's supply chain so hard. You cannot ship things on this planet any longer. It is not a thing that anyone is able to do. So if you're expecting to get... I mean, Amazon's, I guess, got it figured out because they own their own frickin' supply chain from stem to stern. But... UPS
isn't quite shitting the bed, but don't pay for anything upgraded service. Just let it go ground. It might take an extra day. They're not guaranteeing shit. Just don't take chances on paying for some shit you're not going to get anything.
Because you may not make a bit of difference.
May not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, Telkazar mentioned the wood has gone up 400%, and we live in a forest. Yeah, steel is 3x right now. Good old-fashioned garden variety carbon steel, 3x. Forget about it.
You know why wood's so expensive, right? Because they get it all from Eastern Europe and Russia. They have been for years.
I was unaware.
Because it was super cheap, and now it's not super cheap because shipping is a motherfucker.
You cannot get big boats with containers on them. We are trying to ship some stuff from a place in Europe to a place not in Europe, and forget about it. You might as well forget, and then throw on top of that really crazy customs, and you're just not going to do a thing. We've already the project that I'm working on is already on a 90-day delay already, and it wasn't scheduled to get cranking until 2023. They already know they're 90 days behind, so hold your breath, kids. Anyhow, I digress.
Yeah,
I digress.
You digress, but it's vaguely topical.
And it is because the show is going to be intermittent at best. I think we have I think we got a chip in a chair until mid-July. Right now we've got next week. For those of you who remember and love the Mothership podcast, we may or may not be live streaming Mothership. It may end up getting released as an audio file. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do. But my arc as GM is temporarily over, and the next arc is going to be run by Dan VK. And it's not going to be Mothership. It's going to be a different system that Dan knows, because Dan's like the king of indie RPs. And so it'll be something goofy and fun. I promise you that. I'll be a player character. The whole rest of the crew is going to be there. Brett Painter, Adam, Beer Machine Rich. Dan will be running the show, and I'll be a player character with or without a French accent, depending upon the needs. Could happen. I could play a character that's not French. It's happened. Not frequently, but it's happened. So that'll be it. And then, God, I have to start looking at the calendar, but I've got a JohnCon is July 22nd, 23rd, 24th. So, watch this channel. We'll be streaming the fuck out of that. And we'll be looking for some donations. Every dollar will be split 50-50 with Halo, which is the homeless shelter, and Racine Food Shelf, which is literally in the same building. And so I figured, I can put half the money on one side of the building and half on the other. We call that hedging our bets, John. Were you aware of that?
I was aware of that. I know about hedging bets.
Sometimes you got to bet the hedge, which means, somebody might come in and rip all your fucking hedges out if you lose. But that seems unlikely. What are you going to do with a hedge on the black market? That's what I want to know. You could have.
I hear there's some big trade in foliage there.
Shrubbery. Big with the Knights of Knee. Knee.
Yes.
Yes. So if you want a shrubbery, bet the hedge. So anyway, so we have watch this space. Click the subscribe button, mash that bell, do all that shit, whatever. I don't know. The 5 people that always watch this show are the best 5 people we've ever known. And, we'll be on when we're on. It'll be a Wednesday night if it happens at all. So, if you got your Wednesday nights open, you're going, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do? Scratch my nuts, or am I going to watch do a thing? Or, holy shit, look, they're broadcasting. That's kind of the reaction you're going to have. We're not closing the show down because I'm not sure we ever opened it back up. So
yeah, we're just doing this for fun when we can.
This is a Wednesday night excuse to talk into a microphone for me to catch up with my buddy John.
Absolutely.
So
ditto for me, exactly.
So we got some sweet. The same guy that did the Warcaster Menoth John artwork is doing a new one, based on kind of a COVID theme. He's wearing vaccinator armor. That is So it's not Terminator armor, but it's Vaccinator armor.
Vaccinator armor.
Yep.
I'm down.
And he has a mask on, much like Immortan Joe. So it's kind of a Mad Maxy kind of a feel to it. It's going to be brilliant. You're going to love it. I don't know what I'll do with it. We'll put it on some shit. You can buy it. You can not buy it. And, I'm sure John has been running some great Mech Warrior content because John's great at podcasting. And
oh my God.
And
a lot. Last week, John, I streamed 6 days, twice on Sunday.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Counting the More Than Dice podcast.
That's awesome. I hope people are tuning into you.
Get some here or there. It's just fun. It's me and Legionnaires and maybe Banyan and maybe some other guys dropping. It's just a good time.
That's wonderful. So, watch his channel for that. Watch this channel for this. And
you will never find a conflict between the two.
No. Sometimes you'll find... yeah, this is a true statement of fact. Sometimes you'll turn on this channel, and there'll be a live stream of an orange tabby cat named Toby. We have a 4th cat now, John.
Oh.
His name is Toby, and he is my significant other, Belinda Librarian. Her aunt is suffering from some debilitating and degenerating conditions, and is no longer able to take care of this little bundle of joy, what came into her life accidentally when she befriended a kitten who happened to have a little passenger on board that she didn't know about until it came out. And that little passenger was Toby Cat. Little orange tabbies full of piss and vinegar. That's what they say about those little orange tabbies. He's also known as the notorious OTC, Orange Tabby Cat. He's also known as Jonesy because he's an orange tabby cat.
Yeah.
Anytime he goes, I go look for a xenomorph.
Do you keep a shotgun around just in case of close encounters?
I don't have a gun. I almost bought a shotgun at the beginning of the pandemic, just in case this was the planet killer.
Let me tell you, and for sporting purposes, trap shooting is
fun.
Actually quite enjoyable.
I've done that.
Yeah.
My brother, who will remain nameless, was a gun enthusiast. Not gun. He had guns for hunting, and he brought it up to the lake one time, and we trap shot. They had a gun club kind of a place. It wasn't a club. It was just like a fucking open field, and you could shoot your guns there. They told you could because it's Wisconsin. I mean, literally, if there's not somebody directly in front of you, you probably are okay to shoot the gun.
To be fair, that's generally true with a gun. Do not point it at anything you don't want to put a hole in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. So we got the OTC, and we have the yesterday the automated cat feeder showed up. Took right to it.
Okay.
He's going in the robo pooper, like that. Boom.
Hey.
Got 12 poops per day going on in that robo pooper, John. Because I get statistics. My robo pooper is an Internet of Things robo pooper, and so it sends me. I have graphs, and yeah, we're moving the average up now that we got that fourth cat. We're going from a rough 7 poops a day to 11 or 12. It's a lot of poop, as Telkazar said. That's a lot of poop, but it's happy poop. I promise you that. That's a callback, and that's a sign of professional podcasting.
Yeah, that's a hell of a callback.
You know, we might paint on this show tonight, John.
You might. I'm drinking. I think probably not.
Yeah, I'll probably paint. I'm working on Widget. So
I mean, I could, but man, I've been painting this thing for a long time.
It looks beautiful, though, man. I
Yeah,
love
I
the windows.
The rear. I went for sort of a comic-y look.
Yeah.
And I got praise from the Kathy Wapple, which is amazing praise to get.
No, yeah, I mean, and that's legit praise because that's really I can tell even on the small screen here it looked really really good.
Yeah, I'm liking it. Like I said, just need to finish up the actual rear of it, lights and stuff, and then I think I can seal the rest of it and be done.
That's fantastic.
Move on.
I started fucking around with this is Widget. This is the she's kind of a Convergence of Cirrus kind of chick. So she's got the mechanical wings, and she's a Riot Quest character. She's got a big old wrench. That's what I'll probably be working on a little bit here during the course of the day. Once again, folks, you're paint from the inside out. I did do the wings. Continue to be just in love with the Scale 75 Metal and Alchemy series. There's some of the Emerald Alchemy, some of the Cobalt Alchemy, and the Amethyst Alchemy on here, and it's really pleasant. It's kind of a pearlescence effect to it. It's a little bit hard to see on here, but let me see if I turn off the light, maybe it'll be a little less drowned out. No, it's just dark, so let's just not do that. But I'll paint on this a little bit when I get a hankering too here, at some point. Yeah, but that fucking thing looks great, man.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
Again, I am apparently taking a ton of time on what is ostensibly just terrain.
Who cares? Does it bring you joy?
Oh yeah, absolutely, dude.
That's all you need,
I'm gonna say there's a handful of things in COVID apocalypse that have kept me sane. Hobby Streaks podcasting and video games has been most of it.
Yeah, for me, it's all about the treadmill. I've gone to Croatia and Antarctica and the Everest and all over the fucking place, virtually.
For shock of shocks, I've started taking my breaks at work and just walk around the building on my breaks.
Nice. Good for you.
I haven't weighed myself recently, but last I checked, I was over 50 pounds down.
I was just gonna say, son, you look good. You're looking lots trimmer. It was immediately evident when we turned on the cameras here tonight. Good job. Congratulations, buddy.
I'm backsliding a little bit, but I'm still controlling my portions.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Like, I'm getting some stuff every once in a while that's just super tasty.
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man. Just gotta muscle into it.
And I got this to open soon, the Walking Dead All-Out War scenery booster.
Oh, that would be good.
I'm hoping that they're the same scale as the Marvel ones, because it's got some busted walls and some busted cars. I want to make like a sort of, superheroes fighting in a farmland, farm, city type of thing.
Sure.
Or maybe just on a farm you can have some fields and all. That could be cool.
But bust it out. Open it up. Let's take a look at it.
Let me find a Kanifi.
Maybe you can. You got that other. You got that spotlight cam that you have. That kind of.
I do. Give me one.
Let's take a look at that.
Let me go here.
Let me see if I can find a way to get you a little bit more real estate on the screen.
That settings.
Yeah, we could just do it like this and say fuck it. Nope, that's not gonna work.
Is that not working? There we go. All right, let me up this a little bit and move some stuff out of the way. Oh, you guys probably can't see it yet because I haven't actually told Skype that it's okay. There we go. Get the truck out of the way a little bit.
Yeah, so let's take a look at this. This will be interesting.
I can't need the knife.
You know, I don't know that we've ever done an unboxing video. Oh, I know what that is. That's a seam scraper. You shank a guy with that.
Yeah.
That's a callback also, by the way.
Absolutely. Still probably one of the best tools I've purchased.
Oh, I love my seam scraper. Folks, if you haven't gotten a seam scraper, you need to get after that.
Let me take care of this box with the utmost of care.
Oh, this is going to be fine.
Yeah, this is probably going to be good.
Maybe a tiny small, but not so small.
Well, let's take a look. I got one of their cars nearby here.
Oh shit, you're right on the mark.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah,
like I said, it's a tiny bit small, but I don't think you're going to notice if it's the only cars on the table.
So what? So it's a compact pickup truck. Who cares?
Well, I mean, but these will be the only ones on the table. You won't even notice that they're small, really.
No,
they'll all be the same scale.
No, that's going to work out.
The pickup's actually just small because the sedan here is pretty similar in size too.
Yeah, that's super on the mark. I think you got a good. I think that's going to work out perfectly for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not quite as high quality but it's all pre-molded. Don't put anything together. This is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's no worry. I mean, it's just terrain. I mean, we can go hog wild with terrain if we want, but does it really need to be all that?
No.
I like the cars are wrecked. That's cool. Some just fences and various, very.
Yeah, that looks perfect, man.
Rednecky.
Oh yeah, Redneck Rampage. That was a game.
Looks like it'll be easy to paint.
Yep.
And of course, I'll take way too much time on it because it's me. Maybe my boys with 3D printers can find some stuff that. Oh, see, no, there are.
There's the back of it. Oh, look at that. That is the back of that truck, isn't it?
Oh, yep. Sorry, apparently we're going out a little bit here.
Ah, see, there we go.
Yep, it just goes right in. Oh, there we go. That looks better. Oh yeah, that's great.
Perfect.
Why did I doubt them? Mantic, this is Mantic. They're doing some pretty good stuff here, apparently.
That's very cool.
Lots of good little terrain, and I don't remember the exact price of it because I'm terrible like that. You know how it is. Sometimes you just buy shit on Amazon like I don't remember what it cost. Fuck.
Yep.
They got my credit card on file. They just charged it. Whatever. Yeah, just lots of some little doodads too, which would be good. Maybe put them on a bigger base just to make a bigger piece of terrain. Or
yeah,
actually,
like
this is good size zero stuff that we can just chuck at somebody's head for fun. Yeah, this is going to be good. I like it.
Seems legit. Yeah, I think you did well, sir.
Yeah, awesome. Because I've also got more terrain. I can actually show you guys real quick since we've got this open. Might as well, right?
Yeah, why not? I'm just gonna grab a little bit of flesh color here, and just give a little bit of love to. I missed an area where flesh is on her, so I'm just gonna catch that up here.
Here we go. I can't put the box in as big, but this is sort of third party based off the Marvel terrain.
Nice.
It's 3D printed. They even suggest, they have a note in there which is great, suggesting a primer to use to help take care of some of the lines. Because obviously there's printing lines.
Yep.
So this is, it's pretty good quality. It's like I said, it's based off what the Marvel did, but they changed the details a little bit since this is sort of pizza shop. Then there's another one with the newsstand.
Yep.
And they like that they made them look different enough. Like the pizza stand is based off the Daily Bugle building.
Yeah.
It's got the same basic thing, but since it's different, it looks good. And then the newsstand, they made it so the doors in different spots and everything, so it looks quite different.
I'm sorry if I missed that, but is that actually from Marvel Crisis Protocol, or is that from a third party?
This is third party stuff. And they got dumpsters, which are cool. Dumpsters are dumpsters. Great for throwing at people. And paint up super quick. Like, if you're going to paint terrain for Marvel or something like that, go for the dumpsters first. And then the cars, they look like freaking Challengers.
Nice.
They're like the other ones are a little small. Actually, they fit better with the Mantic. Yeah, they look a lot better with the Mantic stuff. A lot closer to that scale.
Sure.
Which is cool. I mean, it's literally the same contents, just changed a little bit.
Got it.
These cars, instead of these, you got the lampposts. They're super cool. And you got some traffic lights there. And then the trash cans. And it was a good little kit for, I want to say, under $50.
No, that seems legit.
I ended up with 2 because the post office lost one for a very long time. So the company was good enough, and they're like, yeah, let's send you a replacement. Sent me a replacement via UPS, which of course arrived in great time.
Yep.
And then the one on the post office showed up, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to give that to one of the other groups so we have more terrain. And just since I'm showing off, painting up the Irby here.
Oh, yeah. That's
Working, the camo's tough, but, I mean, you know, camo is tough.
Camo is tough. I think I've only done camo once, and that was on Leadfoot and one of the Leadfoot and Treads models.
Oh, yeah. But I think that's actually coming out pretty well as far as camouflage goes. All right, that one. There we go. I was making sure I'm going back to the right camera because I have 2 other cameras now. All right, but that was good terrain. I'm actually pleased. I wasn't sure it was going to be as good as it is.
Well, thanks for doing the unboxing on the show. That was really cool.
Hey, no worries. I was trying to find a good time too because, you know, it's good hobby street content, but I was been in a painting group, so.
Yep.
Don't always want to do it. Sometimes, you know, I did spend a hobby streak with the Transformers that you guys see behind me, and all you guys barely see them, but a bunch of Transformers you see behind me. My favorite, John can probably see, but you guys, actually, I can grab him. Hold on. He's huge. What's up? Come here. My favorite is still Jetfire here.
Wow.
He's got a bunch of extras. And you see these missiles? I just got those. They're super cool. Because they got the wires so you can make them look like they're flying.
That is very cool. They included the wires and stuff?
Yeah, it's a third-party pack.
Very nice.
Is the ears to make them look more like the original Jetfire. This part here.
Yeah,
I buy a lot of third-party stuff because honestly, if you're going to spend money on a Transformer, you might as well go all the way and get some extra stuff to make them cool. I got Grimlock over here. He's got a crown and all because he's king. It's been fun to nerd out on this stuff, honestly. One good thing about COVID is I don't buy as much gaming stuff that I'm not necessarily going to get to, and instead I buy Transformers and stuff to have fun with. Oh, and this is going to be really silly, but this is my new favorite Transformer. I don't remember his name because it's not really important. Because just a little orange car here.
Yeah.
And transform him.
Oh,
Boom.
shit.
He becomes a little crab guy with little crab claws. That's it. He's like not posable really, but it's just stupid fun.
That's super cool.
And he looks really good considering how simple he is.
That is super cool.
Yeah. Nerd out. Oh, Talcazar, where's the third cam? Well, Talcazar, since you asked, the third cam is the profile view, in case you do see my dashing profile.
There you go.
This is sort of better because when I'm streaming, on this screen over here is chat. So when I'm addressing chat, I'm looking at chat. Not looking forward or looking to the side while I'm addressing chat. I thought it was a better idea.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting all special and spiffy and all.
I know. I remember when I used to give a shit.
Well, honestly, this camera might eventually go back to you depending on what happens with the podcast eventually, because I mean it was technically supposed to be super producer Haley's camera.
She's in Washington D.C. now, working for the Biden administration.
Oh well, I mean, hopefully she's having fun. You make sure you tell her if anything happens, she needs help. You make sure that she knows she can contact me. You give her my number if you feel like it.
Yep, I will.
I will be down there in a flash and take care of shit.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely pass that along to her. She just had her birthday here the other day.
Oh, awesome.
I think she's probably like 25 or 26 now or something like that.
Oh my god.
I know, right? Got T-shirts older than she is.
I have a tie older than her.
I definitely have a tie older than her. I haven't worn a tie since before she was born. No, that's not true. I've worn a tie since then.
Yeah, we occasionally have to at work, so. I joke with one of my buddies who just turned 28 at work that my tie is older than him. And that when I die, I'm going to will it to him.
Well, that's good of you.
Yeah, it is what it is. So I think we actually had didn't we have some news we wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
A little news?
I don't know what to make of it. Go ahead, John.
I mean, yeah, I don't know either. So apparently, Will Hungerford, gave us 2 weeks' notice and left Privateer Press. More interesting is that I found out, I think he put it here. Gonzo told me where he went. Where is it? I don't know if he told me and Kathy or just me, so give me a second here. He went to some small company.
Okay. In a different part of the country?
I didn't see where it is. Let's see. Is this one?
Because he's originally from, I believe, Louisiana.
Okay, so that is that. Was there definitely here somewhere? Probably after the taunting.
Malorian actually had an episode about this too, so we'll talk about that during the course of this also.
Yeah, he went to Broken Anvil Minis, who I've never heard of.
Nope, nor have I.
Let's see what they got here. Apparently that's where Oz went too. Dungeon Delvers is its advertised.
Can I tell you, I didn't even know that Oz had left.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but they sort of stopped videos, which is too bad because honestly, if they could have kept videos going during
COVID,
it would have been amazing.
Yeah, I don't understand Privateer at all anymore.
I mean, wow, some of their miniatures are really good, but I don't know what their game's about.
Well, they signed on to 2 different true game developers.
Let's see, could I? Oh well, it looks like they kickstarted a game. Looks like it's coming out. I didn't see much on it. Fair enough. If I didn't cross my radar, it's probably not huge.
Yeah.
Oh, so Legionnaire says they're still in Seattle and that he's starting a new game, which is interesting. The problem is that Hungerford was the man behind
Riot
your
Quest.
current jam.
Yep, Riot Quest.
So,
and that to me means that Riot Quest is likely dead.
I mean, if it's selling, it won't be dead. They keep Kickstarter and stuff.
It's not that. It didn't sell that many copies on the last one. And let me tell you, if you weren't ready to roll up on a game that had Deathjack Karchev in it, why am I still have my face on here? I got to turn on the goddamn painting cam.
We like the look of intense concentration.
Yeah, I guess. So, I don't know. I wish him best of luck.
Yeah. Hopefully Riot Quest will survive. Hopefully they have someone else with the passion. He could not have been working on it all alone. There's got to be someone else. So hopefully someone else has the passion. Keep it going.
Yep. Because
honestly, as far as that sort of genre of game, there's not a lot competing with it right now. It's that and Warhammer Underworlds, and people are buying Warhammer Underworlds more for the models, I think, than the actual game.
Yeah, it's... oh, boy, that got out of hand. I put some color down, and it just went, whoa! On my white palette.
Oh, yeah.
It is a tremendous game. And I just don't know what... I don't know what Privateer's got in the hopper anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, they don't have any flash. They got no presence.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say that it's over for Privateer. It would be disingenuous for me to say that because I've been so disconnected from that entire scene for so long that it's impossible for me to predict their demise because I'm just disconnected from it.
Yeah, so actually, on that topic, I was dropping in MechWarrior Online in chat with one of our guys in UK, and one of his buddies was watching, and we were talking a little bit of Privateer Press, and Naz, the gentleman, thought that it was actually in the best place in a while right before COVID. So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I reserve the right to be absolutely wrong about War Machine and Hordes. I have been wrong so many times about War Machine and Hordes. They could write a book about it, and but they wouldn't. And you know that I think Malorian put out a whole special about it. He kind of did one of the things like you and I used to do back in the day when we gave a shit, and that was he got on and did a special that night when after it became news that he had moved on from Privateer, and Malorian I think has taken over the mantle of being the podcast of positivity related to that particular game.
Good. Someone's going to take up the mantle because, I mean, we wish them all well, but at the end of the day, as far as War Machine goes, fail or continue, it don't make no never mind us.
No, not at all. I mean, to be honest, fail or continue on Riot Quest, whatever. I got a lot of models. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, you got a game. You backed last Kickstarter, I'm certain.
I'm positive I did to the tune of a lot of money. And so long as it fulfills, I'll have a whole bunch. I'll have 20 more models.
It's got to be better than Ninja All-Stars.
Holy fuck, that game.
That's a callback, folks.
Yeah,
that guy don't forget.
Man, I gave that game away at a JohnCon in box, never opened. Gave it away.
Like well, that's a life lesson too. Don't hide your damn credit card in your online purchasing ability when you are on drugs.
That was after my my double hernia. That was the medicine. That was the game that opioids bought. And man, what a terrible fucking game that was.
Yeah, Legionnaire, I was trying not to mention that. Legionnaire's mentioned about Mr. Malorian that he became more positive after the community smoked him on a quick clickbait video. Yes, I remember that video, and he lost a lot of people that day, and he had to deal with a very angry devil squid who was basically like, "Go fuck yourself, dude."
What did he do?
He basically went this tirade about how I think it was minions or pigs are bad, and you know, it was clickbaity and terrible, and Devil Squid took him to task because that's what Devil Squid does. He does it in such a nice way too, because Jan is such a great dude overall. I miss hanging with him a bit.
I haven't talked to Jan in 100 years. He unfriended me from Facebook, and I haven't talked to him since.
Don't feel bad. He unfriended a lot of people. He's one of those guys who is going through I'm no longer in the military. I need to figure out what I'm doing with life.
Hey, I hold no ill towards the squid. I always thought he was a heck of a guy. I never understood kind of exactly why he unfriended me, other than, you know what? I've unfriended people too. I mean, I think he just cleaned out. Like, these are the people I don't talk to. Sure, you know, no malice, just unfriend. I still have a skid marks magnet on my my refrigerator.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Not sure where his games went. Hopefully, eventually they come out, but I don't know.
Who cares? So long as Squid's happy, that's all that matters to me.
Absolutely.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Interesting to see what Broken Anvil Minis does with what Hungerford's making. You know, at least tangentially interested in that. I'll keep an eye out. But it does seem weird that Prep Trust has lost all their big names.
Yeah, I just don't know who they've got actually developing games anymore.
But let's back. Is that good or bad?
It doesn't. That was Malorian's
personalities.
point.
Yeah, exactly. So they're just dudes.
It's and you know, the people have come and people have gone, and things have. I mean, I love Riot Quest. You just got to keep on making fun, characterful models that have kind of rules, and I'll still be in on this game because it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm looking forward at JohnCon to introducing a lot of people to this game who maybe haven't given it a try, because it's silly and it's a few models. Hell, you don't want to paint them? I don't give a fuck. You don't have to paint them, but they ask for paint to be put on them because they're so fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, there's a difference between painting one widget and painting 10 Temple Flame Guard or 10 of anything.
You're preaching to the choir, John. Legion, your units are only 6 dudes. You might have a couple extras for options. And it's still so much easier to paint one the Hulk or one, any Marvel character, one Captain America, than to paint a unit of 6 dudes. Like, it's a night and day.
Well, I can just
painting 6 Marvel models and 6 dudes who are all the same. You get so bored.
I can just sit here and just give absolutely as much love as I care to Widget, and it's gonna pay off. I mean, it's like, well, I get done with it. Maybe I haven't fully enjoyed playing Widget. I mean, painting her. Who cares? She's gone. She's done. I move on to something else that's more fun. I don't have 9 more goddamn Temple Flame Guards staring me in the face. 9 more men off anything. I have painted my last men off model of all forever. Fuck that faction in painting it. But this is super fun. The next model I'm gonna probably paint is this Gurgle Pox or whatever his name is. He's a Necrotech.
Oh, he's the Necrotech riding the
little bone jack.
Yeah. He's cool.
Oh, he's super characterful, and I get to fuck around. I'm just gonna like, well, what do I want to do with him? Do I want to do a little fancy flesh? Do I want to do really make it kind of say, okay, this guy's infected, and really just like make him all red and inflamed and bullshit? It'd be sweet.
So on a night of callbacks, here's my deep thought.
Oh, holy shit! God, we haven't had one of those since we since we like applied the paddles.
So you get so caught up in painting units for a game that you're trying to go to tournaments with, trying to compete with, that you lose sight of the joy of just painting a model.
Yeah.
When I stopped painting stuff for units, and I painted lots of random stuff. Go look through my hobby streak. I painted One Knight. I painted Aximilian, the dog from the Games Workshop thing. None of the rest of those guys, they're still prime behind me. I don't care about them. The dog had to get paint. And just lots of stuff, even like, a Malifaux model here, you get to Marvel and so they're all different. You're not painting anyone the same. You get back to the joy of painting something you like.
Yep.
And it can't all be just painting for your game. Sometimes you've got to paint that model looks cool. Like, I don't know if I'm going to use these Battletech models I painted, but they were there and they were fun. I enjoyed putting paint on them. I enjoy conceptually going, oh, how does this work on this kind of model and all? It's great.
Yep. And from that standpoint, we will always be the podcast of positivity because of that reason. Yeah. And we may say a few things that are a tad controversial, perhaps. At least I will, because that's kind of my jam.
We say it because deep down we still care.
Yeah, we care.
We can say we don't care, but we care.
I'd super like to see them figure something out and make, War Machine the game of choice again, like it once upon a time was.
If they could recapture the magic, you would see us come back.
Yep.
Especially
since we can go to the game store again without dying.
Soon.
Yep. We're getting there, kid.
Hey, second shot tomorrow, then, by the end of June.
Did you know, John? Were you aware? JohnCon 2021 is going to have will feature the return of War Machine and Hordes to JohnCon.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, we're going to have a Brawl Machine tournament.
Okay, cool.
Matt Wonky is now a member of the Mournival, and he will be running a Brawl Machine event at JohnCon. So that will be
awesome. Super
sweet and total. Oh, Jesus, I hit the damn painting cam as I reach for my bootstrap leather, as I want to do sometimes. Yeah, we're going to run it. Right now we only got 4 people, but at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? We're going to have, that's $100 for charity the way I count it. And they get to eat.
People are going to have fun.
Yeah, and they're going to eat brisket. So can't argue with that.
I'll be honest. When we show up in person to game, probably in L. Marshall's house, and I hope sometime, John, you can be down here for a weekend, and I can introduce you again to L. Marshall and show you his gaming joint.
Well, John, if I were to tell you that we have a few big projects coming to the York plant.
Hey, it's in the area. That'll be super cool.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, Betty. We'll get down there. Hang out with you and L. Marshall and see, Mr. Painter in person and that kind of shit.
I haven't seen Brett Painter in person in forever either. God, that'd be good. There's so many people I haven't seen, but we'll get there.
We're getting there.
We're getting through this, everyone. Numbers are looking good. People are getting vaccinated. Keep it going. We are going to get through this together.
Yes, we are.
And you know what? At the end of the day, those people who don't get vaccinated, if they don't, that's just unfortunately called fucking Darwinism.
I hate to say it out loud, but I'm going to say it out loud. I'm fully vaccinated. My family is fully vaccinated. If you're not fully vaccinated and you're choosing not to get vaccinated because of some nonsense you heard, then I cannot be responsible for your future death.
And there are people who are asking questions. I talked to 2 people at work who had questions. I'm like, that's cool. It's good that you have questions, but just look into it. There's a lot of reasons this stuff happened as quick as it did. You're worried, I understand, but when the people in power throw all the money at scientists get shit done.
And truthfully, we have. Just imagine what could be done if that much resources were put against a lot of other diseases as well.
Oh yeah. If you take money out of the equation, it'll change everything. Engineers and scientists work so much better when they don't have to worry about, oh God, is this too expensive? Can I afford to do this? Yep.
You want to see the truest example of that? Go to Seattle and go to the Reserve Roastery and then compare that to a normal Starbucks. You will see the difference between an infinite bucket of cash versus a regular Starbucks. Hey, they both have their places. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But if you want amazing innovation, you gotta let those guys off their chains. They can't be fighting for money all the time.
No, that doesn't work. By the way, I don't know if you were aware of this. The only reason I'm mentioning this, John, is because Malorian talked about it on a video. His wife actually, and folks, this is not an excuse not to get vaccinated. His wife was one of the very unfortunate few that took the AstraZeneca and developed the blood clot issues.
Oh.
Yep, absolutely lost the vaccination lottery on it. I've not followed up with Malorian to find out how things are going, but he's producing videos, so I'm guessing it went good enough. But folks,
we can talk about the numbers, but at the end of the day, remember, behind all those numbers, there are real people.
Our people, indeed.
You could say, 9 people out of millions died for Johnson & Johnson. And yes, that means you should not let the math stop you from getting Johnson & Johnson, but that's still 9 people.
Yep, 9 people that we should literally grieve for. And once again, I don't have any drink left because I'm trying not to get completely fucked up every time we do this show. But the a speedy return to health. Malorian's wife. Hey, Ron. He watches the show all the time, so I know he'll see this.
And here's a second for you, John, since you don't have one.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Like I said, Malorian, you're doing a hell of a job. Tuned in a few times on your show. You're really knocking it out of the park. And
keep it positive, man.
Keep it going, man. You're keeping the dream alive for a lot of folks.
I love nothing more than people who made just a simple mistake, turning it around and showing their true colors.
Oh God, yeah.
Their true colors is positivity, and that's awesome.
Yep, absolutely. Hell of a guy. So if you're looking for some War Machine and Horde content, I highly recommend his channel. He's got the Podfather seal of approval, and check it out. He's producing high quality, good takes. He's got a lot of enthusiasm. Check him out. Good guy, Mr. Malorian. He's on the YouTubes.
Absolutely, he's on the YouTubes. Yeah.
All right, so we're coming along here on her. We're gonna put some jeans on her because she has to wear pants.
Yeah, society pants. Jesus.
Yep, I know it's a little bit pejorative here, but we're not going to judge. These are working pants. These are Rosie the Riveter pants here.
So, Banyan, I didn't notice that your second shot put you out for being exhausted. That seems like your default mode.
I'm a little spunky here today. I took a little bit of a nap earlier. That was pretty good.
Oh, I walked around the building twice at work, and then I actually spent probably a good 45 minutes walking through the warehouse looking for pallets that had gone missing.
Oh no.
No, someone moved them without telling anyone.
Yep.
And that's why he was fired. But I found them. We're all good.
Oh, workers. If you would just do your job.
Yeah. It's okay that you moved them. I don't mind. Tell me.
So my last, my older boy, Jacob, has a job now.
Oh, shit.
17. He's working at a local farm store in the automotive area. And we had a talk at dinner time. And he was like, Dad, I've got this much money in my account and all that stuff. Is there even a reason for me to continue to have a job? And I went, son, this is great. Hey, he's 17. And I said, son, how much do you think college costs? And he goes, yep, that makes sense. And he realized what he had said right away as soon as he said, after I kind of framed it up for him a little bit. And I said, you do have a nice little storehouse here. You're not spending much of it. That's good. Saving money is a good thing.
It's good habits to build.
And the agreement that we have is that 50% of his paycheck needs to be put aside for college, and he can do it as he wishes with the rest of it. And I said to him, how much, you've got in your bank account right now 1 semester of books. That's it. I'm gonna frame up for you how expensive not coffee. Coffee's expensive too, but how expensive the university is. And he goes, okay, I get it now. And I said,
does he have an idea where he's going?
Well, that's what the summer's all about. We're hoping. I think for right now, I'm going to insist that he apply at University of Wisconsin-Madison and University of Minnesota. I would like him to get into a land-grant school that has in-state tuition for here in the States, unless he gets a scholarship.
So I'm going to throw some John wisdom at you, some younger John wisdom. I don't have as much wisdom as you, sir, but I have some particular ones on this.
Old.
Does he know what he wants to study?
He thinks he wants to be in some kind of computer science or computer engineering.
Okay, that's smart.
And
then if he's got a plan, then absolutely go to college. If you're not sure, like if he says, I'm going to take general studies for a semester, God, don't let him go.
Yeah. If that was his plan, I would send him to a place like it's University of Wisconsin Parkside. It's a small system school here locally. He could live at home, save a lot of money, and kind of sort of shit out. But I think that's, to be honest with you, I think that's closer to where Chuck is.
It happens. And let the kids know you don't got to get a degree to make something of yourself, but it helps.
It does.
Because
yep.
I went to college. I majored in skipping class and minored in Samurai Showdown.
Yeah. And
it took a long time to get a good job, a really good job, a lot of experience, and you'll get something. And nowadays, honestly, if we keep on paying people living wages and stuff, it might actually be okay. But yeah, Talcazar says it. You got to figure out what you want to do first. I had no idea. I probably should not have let my mom force me into going to college. I should have taken a semester, a year off to just figure out what the fuck I want to do.
Yep. I think Charles is gonna be a little bit more undecided than Jacob is, and that's fine. You pays your monies, you takes your chances. You got to figure it out. Mm-hmm. I think that he would make an outrageously good teacher if that is what he chooses to do long term. But that is a passion project.
Yeah. I could be a teacher if it wasn't for all the damn kids.
Yeah, I think that being a teacher right now is a terribly difficult road to hoe. But
that is one. By the time he's looking, there will probably be some reforms in that. There's a lot of bullshit that went around, and it's going to get some attention. I have a feeling a lot of things are going to come to a head, folks. So buckle up.
Yeah, Yeah, you're probably
Don't
right.
think just because COVID's over, people are going to go out. They're going to be cool for a bit, and then they're going to remember all this shit that pissed them off.
If the COVID did us anything, perhaps it'll wise up these people that paying somebody $7 an hour is not a thing that works.
No, because that excuse doesn't work. Like, sure, back in the day when I was making $5.50 an hour to work at McDonald's after high school, after during the night in high school, sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I'm not making living wage because I'm living at home, but is that fair?
Yep.
Someone said like, "Oh, I can't afford to pay people a living wage." Well, then your business is built off a faulty model, and you get to fail.
Yep, your business model needs to give its balls a tug.
Yeah. So there are businesses out there that don't have to pay necessarily top-tier competitive wages. Some people will do stuff because they love it. Working at a game store, if you can get your game store to remotely competitive wages, you will get top-quality people there. Because people they'll love what they do, and they'll take less money to do what they love.
Yep.
But you can't just pay a pittance. It doesn't work anymore. We had to talk at my work about it. We are actually going to hire people at industry standard and then retain them by paying them above industry standard because we want the best.
Yep.
It's a great idea. Let's get it in play.
Yep. I think there's a real reckoning about to take place. And,
and
it's good.
It's all going to come to a head. And the good thing is, I don't think there's enough reach people who are stupid enough to try and fight it for too long because at the end of the day, they know what happens. Just look at the French Revolution.
Yep.
I mean, remember, these people are rich. They're not stupid. They're greedy. They're not stupid. They will learn their shit, and they'll realize they can take a little less themselves and sell their 5th yacht and then ridiculous. Make their work. Yeah, it's crazy. Someone mentioned Jeff Bezos paid 0 and nothing in taxes for the past 2 years, and then his company paid no taxes last year. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yep.
And you're bitching about workers getting an extra $300 in their unemployment because COVID robbed a lot of jobs. Really?
Yep. When an individual can pay off everyone's health care by himself, know you've got an income equity issue.
Yep.
Anyhow, I'm going to stop painting here in just a second because I'm going to finish this girl's pants, and then we're going to talk about media because I'm sure there's a lot of shit that we've watched since last time we did this show.
Not as much as I would have liked, but hey.
There we go. So I'm going to stop painting Widget.
Did you know?
Get in there. Did I know what, sir?
Did you know that when you stream 5 or more days a week, you don't get a lot of shit watched on the TVs?
Hey! That's because you're doing something else that you love.
True.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
All right, let me get my glasses on so I can actually see you. Should I take a half a second and go get some brown liquor?
Yeah, get some brown liquor.
All right, I'll be right back. Vamp, as we are known.
Vamp?
That's what we talk about on the show is vamping.
Well, I have something to vamp about. So, for all of you who don't know, watching this video on demand or otherwise, I also do other things. I stream MechWarrior Online, the sort of MMO big stompy robot game, 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Monday is Monday Night MechWarrior, of course, 7 to 10 Eastern. Friday is usually Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, generally 8 to 9:30, 8 to 10, that kind of area. Sunday is Sunday morning MechWarrior, so if you're up earlier in the morning, I'm 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And just have a good time. It's super casual. We like to have newer players who don't know what they're doing, ask a lot of questions. We get people jumping in, obviously. Banyan's talking. Filthy Casual's a quick play for life because he occasionally drops with us on Mondays. Legionnaires drops to me most nights, actually. So come by, give it a shot. It's More Than Dice. Just look us up on the YouTubes and the Twitches, and you can find us. How was that?
Fantastic. That's some quality vamping right there. By the way, I'm drinking tonight. This is from Great Lakes Distillery. Now, you may remember, John, this is a real callback for the original OG Brushheads. Remember Roaring Dan's rum?
Yes.
Which became kind of a meme on the show for, holy shit, that's bad rum.
Yeah.
This is the same distillery. And I'm here to tell you that this family of Still and Oak products, they make a bourbon and a rye. Holy shit, is it good.
Okay.
Holy shit, is it good.
I'm impressed you gave them another chance.
Well, they make outstanding absinthe, and I was up. I was up in Milwaukee, and I grabbed a bottle of their rye just to give it give it a shot, and
Freudian slip.
and maybe a shit. And I took it home, and I was like, "Holy hell, where have you been all my life?" And that's where the bourbons came. The Manhattans came from. Is that I started drinking the rye, and I was like, "Oh, well, what can I make with a rye? Oh, I can make a Manhattan. Holy shit!" And so this is their bourbon. I'm not sure I like it as much as I like their rye, because I think I like rye better than bourbon. But
Fair enough.
but I think that it's still pretty good. It's got a really nice mellow flavor. It's delicious for a brown liquor. It's hard to go wrong. So on that note, we'll just switch it over here to the media section. And John, talk to me. We got any media you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to tell everyone that since obviously the Star Wars complete watch through is dead, the
That's
Clone
okay.
Wars
Don't worry.
may be awesome, but it takes a long time to get there. I'll revisit it from where I stopped eventually, but with everything else going on, I couldn't handle the chance that it wouldn't be what it was supposed to be. With life not living up to its everything, I put it aside. So I'm going to go back to smaller groups of movies for you guys.
Makes sense.
Something that, we can just get through real quick. I mean, so I may or may not have watched Back to the Future.
Hey, there you go.
I have the complete collection, which also includes the cartoon series.
I will not be watching the cartoon series.
Fair.
But I watched the first one, and hey, it's still good. I'll go with the bad first. The only bad I see is the romance part's a little odd at points, a little off-putting because like when you're a kid, that stuff doesn't click the same way it does as when you're an adult.
Yeah.
And then the scene in the car, Marty and his unbeknownst mom, is really out of character for her. Not so much him. I actually think he does a great job with it. But she goes from being this love-struck, girl to really different, and it's really like a dramatic turn. When you're looking at it, you're just like, holy shit, she's completely different than she's been acting the entire rest of the time. Just for that scene between them in the car, as soon as Biff shows up and pulls him out, it changes completely back. It is really off-putting.
Huh.
I almost wonder if that was like a late change, trying
Maybe
to
like
make it work better.
Maybe like a reshoot or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But in any case, other than that, it's still a great movie. I give it a half a shot of Kraken just for that, and because you want to get a little something for that. Christopher Lloyd, comic genius. He's great. The whole cast does a great job with that.
Cool.
And it's still super enjoyable. I was just watching it. I said I've got the Blu-ray collection. I will be watching parts 2 and 3 eventually, and have them start getting them for next times we are podcasting.
So I'm here to tell you about a series on Netflix called Jupiter's Legacy. And so Jupiter's Legacy is one in a series of what's becoming a bit of a worn-out formula for me, and that is the flawed superhero genre. It's almost an entire genre at this point.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a subgenre. It started off as supposed to be a deconstruction of superheroes, but they've gone and made it, a genre unto itself. And I will say it's not a genre I enjoy.
The Boys kind of ended that genre for me. The Boys is so hard to watch. It's so cringy in some points because they're just all horrible. Everyone's horrible. I have no one to root for in that show, literally. And
you're rooting for the bomb to end them all. And that's
I know,
terrible.
and that's not what you want. Jupiter's Legacy takes the spin on this one is they decided to make it an angsty teen show on top of being a flawed superhero show.
Oh, because angsty teen makes it better, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I watched it all the way through. It was only 8 episodes. I liked some of the things that they did. I think that the telling the, I think telling the origin story simultaneous and concurrently with the current action was very interesting and kind of held your attention and helped you get through. All the angsty shit was in the current day stuff. And so the origin story stuff was able to pull you through some of that because the pacing they paced the flipping back and forth well enough that you never just went, no, fuck it, I'm punching out, I'm hitting the eject button.
You know what it reminds me of? Based on what you said?
What's that?
Arrow.
Yeah,
When Arrow started and they started to get into the CW-ness of it, they would flash back to his origin time on the island he was stuck on, and it would become more interesting. And it'd keep your attention so that you gave them a little bit of a pass for some of the angsty, some of the CW-y stuff. I want to say angsty. It's very CW.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the angsty stuff was being said from being kind of shown from, okay, these flawed superheroes didn't necessarily turn out to be very good parents. And it's like, okay, but it was, I wish it was better. It's not getting another series. It's going to be, part of the problem was that they so underdeveloped the bad guys that you couldn't. What they were fighting against was just existential. It wasn't even existential. It was just like, it was a threat that had no dimension to it. So it was hard for you to give a fuck. And yeah, they were killing superheroes left and right. And okay, but that's just another trope of the fucking genre.
Yeah, it doesn't make it good.
No.
Make it. How you do it is you make them flawed, you make them kind of hate it, and then make you hate it that they were killed. Like,
And-
man, he was turning the corner. Fuck, you killed him.
And the Deus Ex Machina, that is how they got their. They pull you through the whole series to show you where they got their powers from. And it's so Deus Ex Machina that I just don't. When they, and I'm not going to give away spoilers, but when you're introduced to whatever beings it is that granted them their powers, it's like, oh, you're fucking kidding me. You're doing this to me? Really?
Oh, yikes.
So I can't recommend Jupiter's Legacy. There's so much better television out there. Do yourself
Do
a
you
favor.
feel like maybe the genre peaked with Watchmen?
Oh,
I mean, the original?
I think everyone's been trying to reach Watchmen since Miller invented the genre.
And I'm not going to hate on Zack Snyder's Watchmen. It is actually a very watchable and decent
Yeah.
adaptation.
It absolutely is. It's not. I don't like it as much as the graphic novel, but it's also a movie that actually gets done.
Yeah.
It actually starts beginnings, middles, and ends, which these days that's a fucking trick. Apparently, we've lost the ability to just have a movie.
Yeah. Well, you got to be planning for that next for that sequel, son. You got to make yourself the franchise.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Sometimes a story is exactly one story long.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's so. To go back for a second, that's actually one thing I like about Back to the Future. You can watch Back to the Future and just stop.
You sure can.
You don't need to watch 2 and 3.
No.
It's a complete story. Even though it ends with them something happening, you're like, it's still done. You can go on. You cannot. It's fine.
Yep. So I mean,
What do you give this?
I give it probably 4 shots of crack, and I think it's more watchable.
Watch it.
It's more watchable than The Boys. The Boys are hard to watch.
Yeah, The Boys. I knew seeing what that was. I wasn't going to watch it, and it's fine. There can be plenty of stuff I won't watch. I got so many things out there.
The Boys is better, but it's less watchable. It's just hard to watch. The Jesus Christ, Homelander.
Fair enough.
Anyway. So the I could go on for hours about the boys. So I mean that's where I'm at with Jupiter, Jupiter's Legacy. I keep on wanting to say Jupiter Ascending. they get similar scores.
Fair enough. One's probably more watchable than the other.
Fact. Hey, congratulations! We reached 100 messages today on Restream Chat.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
So, on series that have come out that I need to go back and watch, and I just started watching, I started watching Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to get your opinion on this because I've heard it leaves physics at the door.
Well, so I know a little bit about the Chernobyl disaster because it was one of those topics I researched at, when you're working and they're like, do whatever you want in your free time as long as you answer calls and emails. I'm like, all right. It was one of those topics I researched. And, I mean, it kind of does, but not in any way that detracts from the story.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In fact, if anything, it makes certain things more immediately deadly than they are. And that's... So I'm only 3 episodes in, because I started Sunday.
Okay.
And it plays off early like a fucking horror movie in all the right ways. You're meeting all these people, and knowing what's happening, you're like, oh, how many of these people are dead, and how many people are not dead?
Yeah.
You see people make bad decision after bad decision. There is a moment where we'll call them mid-level bosses, the big bosses of the local city, Pripyat, meet together, and one of them's like, well, what about the people? People are falling over and coughing up blood. And they're like, oh, no, it's no problem. And the old guy sitting in the corner, like, stamps his cane and stands up and starts saying some really inspiring shit. And then it turns dark as fuck. He talks about how you've got to protect the workers from things that are not in their best interest. And I'm like, wow, you have just summed up the problem with Soviet communism in one fucking scene.
Yeah.
Because I love, they're worried about the workers. The state is nothing without the workers. We're here for the workers. I'm like, hell yeah, man. But we need to protect them from things that aren't in their best interest. I'm like, oh, I'm out. It's great. It is well acted. I mean, the 2 leads are great.
Cool.
I will definitely finish it before I podcast on Sunday. I enjoy it. It's not. It is definitely dark material. I mean, luckily it's an event that actually happened. So you're like, yeah, this happened. We need to know about it. But I'm enjoying the crap out of it. As of now, 3 episodes in out of 5, 0.
Wow, fantastic.
You might want one on tap just because it does get dark and there's some terrible shit happening, but is definitely the highest quality.
Yeah. So, my last media thing that I'll talk about tonight, and we may finish a little bit earlier. Who gives a fuck? Is I want to talk about Starship development in Boca Chica and where you can watch the Apollo program Mark II. We're going to Mars, folks. Unfold sort of in real time. So, for those of you, it's been a minute since we talked about Starship. Starship is the tax dodge happening in Boca Chica, Texas, because Elon Musk has so much money he needs a loss leader, but he's picked a kind of a cool way to do it, and that is make us interplanetary at the same time he's spending all this money, and he's giving a lot of people jobs, and single-handedly keeping the stainless steel industry and going. Anyway, so since last we talked, they landed one of these fuckers. And I don't know if we've talked about it on the show or not. SN-15 went up 10-point-something kilometers, belly flopped, relit its engines, and actually soft landed. Super fucking cool. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. That's a building that went up in the air, flipped over on its side, and then landed successfully. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's some badass nonsense. That's some sci-fi going on in Texas. However, shit has gotten seriously serious in Boca Chica since the last time we talked. They are gearing up for Armageddon. And Armageddon is the Super Heavy booster. The Super Heavy booster has 29 engines underneath it. Not 3. Like Starship. 29. And they're building a tower, an integration tower next to the pad that has this crane that has been nicknamed Kong. John, before Starship, I didn't know that cranes could have two booms next to each other because they've got so much load that one boom's not enough.
You need to bring some extra boom for that load.
That's a lot of boom. Big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
And they're stacking it up. They've got they're building their tank farm now where they're having liquid oxygen, liquid natural gas. They're building a liquid oxygen fractionation tower to make their own because they're probably gonna like burn through so much that there's probably not enough trucks in Texas to bring them the liquid oxygen they need. So they're just gonna make it themselves out of air, because why not? Elon motherfucking Musk.
Well, the good thing is that to keep the oxygen going, he's going to need to plant more trees. And if he needs more trees to keep producing oxygen, he will buy land and plant trees because that's what fucking Elon Musk does.
That's exactly what he does. And
he's crazy, but mostly in the right ways.
And then he will hire people to move near the trees to tend them for optimum treeness.
I believe it, actually.
Yeah, I would believe it too, even though I made that up. So but the fact of the matter is, they've kind of stopped testing Starship right now. They haven't moved serial number 6. They took 15. They put it up on the launch pad like they were going to launch it again and say, and you just go, YOLO, let's go, and let's fire it up in the sky again. They said, no, fuck that. It's too disruptive to our plans. So they moved it back out, and they're going to make it a monument by according to. No, he isn't. He's just the worst. Well, I'm not sure, Joe, what you're exactly talking about. I know he's not a perfect person by any stretch of the imagination, but he is employing quite a few people, and we'll worry about that later. So they moved 15 out. It's going to be a monument. 16 is in the high bay, fully built and ready to party. It is probably going to get cut into scrap because SN20 is the only version that they have that is going to have all the tiles on it. And they are going to launch this thing 3/4 of the way around the world. They're gonna splash it down in the ocean near Hawaii, and they're not gonna try and land it on their first try. They're gonna try and soft land it into water, because why blow up your ship, your drone
really.
ship? So it's gonna be interesting. 29 of these Raptor engines going off simultaneously is going to be loud.
Well, I mean, it's going to be loud, but is it going to be cicadas loud?
We're not sure if it's going to be cicadas loud, nor do I expect any of those Raptor engines to attack Joe Biden on the neck.
Fucking cicadas.
They can go away for a few decades if they want. But
yeah, they're loud. God.
Yeah. We don't have so many of them up here.
Oh, we've got a lot around work. As I walk towards the back of the building where the forest is, there is just a cacophony of little bugs screaming, fucking, and dying, much like Republicans.
There you go. Whoa! It's not a pain with Men Off John in the 2.0 version without a political statement.
I figured I'd sneak one in there.
God bless you. That's fine. So I recommend Lab Padre and their stream. Lab Padre does a great job 24/7 streaming there. I also recommend NASA Spaceflight. If you're looking for your daily SpaceX fix, NASA Spaceflight, they'll give you everything that happened the day before in 15 minutes, and you can fast forward through that shit, and you can see where you can just look at the little tags. Boca Chica Mary, bless your heart, looking at you, babe. You're not watching the show. You're doing God's work down there in Texas. So, keep your eyes on it. They're going to shoot a big old rocket into not quite orbit and attempt to soft land it into water. And if it doesn't, it'll just make a big splash.
Yep. And then they'll learn from it and be like, all right, What are we doing next time?
Yep, absolutely. And then when they get good at soft landing it, then they'll put the ship underneath it, and then we'll see if we can't recover this bullshit. But it's pretty amazing. It's compared to watching, the ULA piss down their leg with the spare parts rocket that they're building.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a guy who, as Joseph isn't a fan of, some people aren't a fan of. He is crazy. Let's get this out of the way. He is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think in mostly the right ways, but there's still some ways he is crazy in bad ways.
Yep.
He's flawed like all of us, but he is challenging the paradigm of how they do shit because it needs to be. We are such creatures of tradition. We will do things the same way just because it's how we've always done it, even if it serves no further purpose or the purpose is lost to the annals of time.
Yep. As far as I'm concerned, so long as he's paying his workers a good wage and what they're worth on a market basis, bless his heart.
Safe.
Yep. And for the most part, I mean, okay, well, he did kind of piss on the FAA here once, but maybe the FAA needed to be pissed on, to be honest with you. But
and if not, hopefully he learned his lesson.
Yeah, probably not. But that's fine. Billionaires have trouble with lessons. So
that's true. I mean, that's true. But he's innovating, and we need that. Let's be honest. Look at some of the big innovators. Look at I'll use one of everyone's favorite innovators, Thomas Edison.
That dude was a motherfucker. Don't fool yourself into thinking he was a good dude. He was not.
Edison?
No,
he was a fuckhead.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No, he was a terrible human being. Ask what's his fuck Tesla about what kind of a human being fucking Edison was.
Exactly, but he had such a good PR program, and he got what he needed. But he also helped push us into the future, so to speak.
Even what's his fuck from Microsoft needed Steve Jobs.
Yep. You all need. I mean, it sometimes it has to happen, and if you look at a lot of these things, this always happens because you've got some crazy dude pushing people, and maybe he's not the best dude. I think Elon Musk is probably a world better than Thomas Edison, but. Yep. It is what it is. We need to get this going. We need to look further than just fucking the old traditions, the old ways of doing shit, especially in like contracting for the government. It is bullshit.
Absolutely. And if you look at what Bezos has attempted to do with Blue Origin, it is in his rocket company. He is old school in a new package. He just wants that sweet cost plus. Bring me that sweet cost plus. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's some bullshit right there. No, firm bid that bullshit. I'm not a great project manager, but I know you don't do fucking anything on time and material. No. Never on time and material. Unless it's like installing a socket on your wall, even then, you got to watch them guys.
You can, but you got to be playing for a longer game, and you've got to have a fucking good plan.
You damn Skippy, and you better have
those guys on the line, and I'm reeling them in. Mm-hmm. All right, they're here.
Let me tell you, no, you ain't got time to smoke. You get your ass back in there.
Yeah.
Cost plus is absolutely a trap. Cost plus is just as bad as time and material. It is nothing but a gold mine for whoever the fuck you just hired. That way there be monsters. We could talk sometime on this show. We should talk about project management. But anyway,
my project management is different than yours since I'm in customer service and I just need people to be happy.
You'd be surprised.
Fair.
Anyway, folks, I'm probably gonna go play some cards with Rich and the boys. So we're gonna wrap this one up. Honest to God, John, we might be back in a couple of weeks. If God willing, the creek don't rise, and I end up actually not having, I'm pretty sure my boss is going to buy into the schedule that I've got planned, and that would put us back on schedule for 2 weeks from now. Could happen.
Okay.
Could happen.
Yeah, well,
I'll keep
let
you
me know as soon as you know, and I'll make plans. I don't plan on streaming anything else on Wednesdays. If we don't do this, I just take a chill night, maybe watch some TV, maybe chill.
I got to tell you, Brushheads, this is no longer a scheduled program. This show will happen exactly when it intends to.
That being said, if you guys have ideas, you want us to talk about something,
just fucking shoot us a line, for God's sake.
Find us. You know where we be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. and watch, July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th for the JohnCons, or 23rd, 24th, and 25th. One of those two. Who fucking cares? The Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Just for quick, so you guys are doing the role-playing game Friday night, right?
And Saturday.
And Saturday? Okay. So I gave some hard thought to it. I actually have to work Saturday. So I don't think I'll be able to run something for this because I don't want to run opposite, at the same time as you, because I think that's dipping into the same pool of donations.
That's fine. That's fine. If you want to do something where you drum up donations for JohnCon, like maybe the weekend before or the weekend after, that would be much appreciated. We would absolutely be happy to accept that donation. And
we'll chat offline, off stream. Maybe I got some ideas. Maybe I can roll into my normal podcast, see if we can get some people in the Mech Warrior Online community who want to jump in and help, other people and donate for me to do stupid shit on stream.
That would be absolutely wonderful, John. That would be fantastic. If you wanted me to, and if I'm available, perhaps I could join you on Mech Warrior Online, and
always welcome.
We could do a little Painting with Menoth John Mech Warrior Online where I get my shit kicked up one side and down the other, and do that for some hilarity. So I would be more than happy to take part in something like that.
Because to be fair, the same thing's going to happen to me. Don't think I don't get my shit kicked up one side and down the other.
It's all good. Times. It's all good. Special guests, keep in mind for JohnCon, Arcadan will be in the house. Beer Machine Rich, Dan VK. We're going to have Gail from the Privateer Press Gang is going to be here on site. We got all kinds of good shit going on. It's going to be good times. We're going to have a fire. We're going to make brisket. We're going to do all kinds of shit. We'll do a little bit of roving reporting. I'll put a camera in the hands of Troll Chuck and Signar Jake and say get some live in there. Yeah, press gang. Honest to God, fuck taxes. Get the press gang back. For fuck's sakes, figure it out. This game hasn't been the same since the press gang got disbanded.
Truth.
Figure it out. Be willing to invest in your fucking game. Press gang. Ron. Anyway. So, Telkazar, that was a great comment. We're going to give you 400 Painting with Menoth John reward points for that. So remember, mark that down in your book, page 235, section 3A/2B, and send that form into the place in the back. On the back cover, there's that address with the P.O. box. And put it there and send it on, and you can take that to the bank. So on behalf of... I got to play the music, John.
Got to play the music. Get the music going.
There we go. Oh, there's the music. That's the shit we get copyright struck for every time we do this show. I am, of course, Menoth John. I'll be back. You know this guy over there. Not where I was pointing. This way. You know him. You love him. He's the co-host with the most, Mr. John Spencer. We'll be back at some point. Who gives a fuck? We'll be there when we can. JohnCon. Save the weekend. It's going to be epic.
Save your pennies.
Yeah, save your pennies. If you feed somebody, you're liable to give somebody food. And that is the kind of stuff you look for from the Painting with Menoth John show. So, anyway, good night, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you in maybe a couple weeks.
We'll see you when you see you.
Good night. Good night, Malorian.
Good night.
Number 1. Keep the fire burning. I didn't think Elon Musk was that big of a dick.
I don't know.
I mean,
I heard
Joe's
stories.
a reasonable guy. He's good. I mean, other than showing up on the Joe Rogan show.
Oof.
That's some fucking shit right there.
No doubt.
Good night, everybody.